Namaste Libra, this is your biweekly reading. We're going to get right into it. It'll cover a period of the 16th of September through the 30th, finishing out the month. We're beginning with the Three of Pentacles, which means that you're on the right track. What the three does, you're using like creative means to help to bring about your own abundance, which is wonderful. And in a general sense, the people around you appreciate you, even if it's for like work or efforts for which you don't get a paycheck, but certainly at your job too. It's a positive card in terms of work and finance, and could be with some sort of bonuses or promotions or increases coming to you in terms of work, or if you're looking for work, that you finally finding some place where you feel comfortable, and again where your work is going to be admired and appreciated, and you're going to do well. Also, in terms of love and relationship, this card is a positive omen there too. Particularly for those that maybe you're single but you have your eye on somebody, there's somebody that you're interested in, and you should know like when this card shows up, it means that they're interested in you as well and see you in a really positive light, like you have the qualities that they'd be looking for in a mate, or that they appreciate and respect in a person, period. In terms of spirituality, ancient practices and traditions may become more of interest to you, or a new interest to you if you've never considered them before. Maybe things like Buddhism, or some of these practices like getting into yoga, maybe something even that can be considered a spiritual practice, actually. Meditation, or maybe you always gone to an orthopedist. You would never consider going to a chiropractor. That's more of a holistic sort of medicine. Maybe something like that, acupuncture, massage, Reiki, and things like that. The next card is in reverse, so I normally wouldn't talk about it, but I will go ahead and say somebody's ex may be returning. They may be really, really miserable and sort of turned upside down without you right now. Possibly they are an actual water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And they may have realized that this is like a real twin flame or soulmate connection or relationship. Even if they haven't realized it, it could be in their subconscious, and that would be where their soul is redirecting them back to the relationship or connection. For other people, where this has nothing to do with love and relationship, it still could be something wanting to make its way back into your life, because it's like a genuine matchup for you. So maybe an opportunity that was perhaps missed before, or dream deferred, could be coming up now to finally be experienced, but it's going to require at least faith of you. Twos are about faith and partnership. But yeah, getting back to the potential for a love relationship, or a really close platonic friendship, or something, and somebody's BFF, or somebody coming back. The King of Cups, like the Knight that we already saw, it is potentially a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. But when he's reversed at in terms of love, it means that he's ready to do whatever it takes for love, like risk it all for love. Like that Jodeci song. Well, some of you probably or some of you may be too young to remember, but I'm a woman of a certain age, as they say, and Jodeci had this song where they would say, "Take my money, my house, and my car," just to be with this woman. Like they didn't care if they got lost all their other stuff. She was all that mattered, and that's kind of like what this card represents in love. At work, if this Two of Wands is about a potential business partnership, then there could be very likely an actual male or masculine energy connected to your work or job, who throws some kind of fit, like has an emotional breakdown, basically. And it could be something that leads to positive, information. So again, like maybe you had a business partnership with somebody and it went left, and now they're just they're expressing that they're pouring out their emotions to you because they want to renew the partnership that badly, and maybe have a fresh start. Take the lead, or you take the lead. The King of Wands is a very, it's representative of like Mars, the planet of action and aggression. And it's about leadership and maybe being a father, a new opportunity, but like being a father figure or an authority. He is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone like into those traits or attributes. So I'll stop there with the Wheel of Fortune, which is about a reversal of fortune in either direction. Like, it's a sudden change in energy, usually for the positive for most of us, bringing us out of a situation that was, more difficult or darker. See, I got greedy. The page is here also. He too is in reverse. We have the Knight, the King, and the Page, all of Cups in reverse. So somebody's got some man or woman, but I'd say likely a masculine energy, twisted, and they really want to be in some sort of commitment with you and legitimately exchange love that passes both ways and be able to give and receive it. This is a card that represents your energy very much so, the Six of Pentacles, and it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's about Venus, and it really, to me, illustrates like all of the signs that she represents and her energy, but it's about unconditional love and really being able to give of ourselves just freely without expecting anything in return, and to be able to accept things from other people without saying like, what's the catch? Just being able to trust that they genuinely want to give of us because they want to give, and we're receiving because we're open to receiving, and we in turn are giving to people or of ourselves because we want to give, period. So maybe a brand new start for somebody that I really should stop now. Okay. The next card is the Eight of Wands in reverse, and that's usually about messages that are held up. So speaking of all these characters in reverse, now opening to the Queen of Swords in reverse, this can totally represent your energy as a Libra, as well as that of fellow air signs Gemini and Aquarius. And the Queen of Swords in reverse is somebody who is maybe not paying attention to all of the guidance that's coming to her intuitively, or because she's so smart, or however she's receiving it, she's not necessarily following it all, and she should be. Or what she is following isn't necessarily serving her to her best interest. In love, it tends to mean that there is a situation in your relationship, or maybe a past relationship, where you guys, there was some sort of difficulty or conflict, and you guys don't remember the story the same way. The Queen of Swords tends to like have her own recollection of the events, and maybe the mate or the ex or whatever it is to you, they have a different version. So you really need to sit down and talk if you're interested in at all healing that relationship or situation. And opening to the Magician, which most directly represents your fellow air sign Gemini, but it is about having all the tools and resources and ability that you need to manifest any and everything into your life that you'd like to. And next, the Queen of Wands. This is a card of confidence, like not being afraid to just jump out there and take on what the world has to offer you. The Four of Swords, coming back from a situation maybe or time that was exhausting to you mentally, emotionally, physically, all possible. It may have even caused you some pain or separation from somebody, maybe even something involving surgery, more than one surgery, 1, 2, 3 surgeries. This sword always to me connects, well, not always, but often connects with like the Ace of Swords and a fresh start. So it's about the recovery part. And we just saw the Ace of Swords for you guys. So again, getting over some sort of exhaustion or separation, hurt, betrayal, and moving on to a fresh start. Magician. And Justice is also your energy, but it's in reverse here. So that may be connected to maybe the Eight of Wands that I stopped at that was in reverse. So it's like, again, a justice, but it's deferred, it's delayed. And here again, the Ace of Swords. So on that note, I'll stop with the shuffle two and cut. There's some sort of new beginning ahead. It's probably going to require some effort from you. You are the magician at this point and have the ability to do whatever it is that's required to bring it about. And that it may just be like acknowledging or deciding that you're not trapped in a situation. And if anybody can get you out of what you may have felt stuck in, it's you. This is the Eight of Swords, and it is like sort of acknowledgement that I'm not really stuck, or I know how to get myself out of here. I know what I have to do. And maybe that is just, relying on one's confidence and abilities. And the Queen of Wands is really independent. Maybe you're thinking if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And all of that may come through like a major revelation that you have. Just like, whoa, I get it now. The Tower can be about an actual tower structure, like one's home or something. And over these past couple of days, whenever I've seen it, I cannot help but think about the West Coast, places like California and Oregon and Washington. And I had heard last that the fires, or at least the smoke, was even reaching Hawaii. So just prayers to all those people. But for some of you, this can be a very literal thing that, the fires can be affecting your life in some way, that maybe that's what's causing you a delay, or that's what's causing you to take some sort of action in your life. Also, if it's not about a revelation or an actual fire, the tower to me otherwise is like a neutral energy, basically. Like people see it and they get all sorts of scared and whatnot, and to me that's not necessary. It's not. I always say ultimately it's never bad, that's my opinion, because it's sort of like Shiva the Destroyer. About Lord Shiva the Destroyer? Like he comes in, he knocks everything down, he destroys everything, and that may be devastating in that moment, but then he rebuilds it so beautifully, so then it's no longer devastating, and it's like what you needed, you're realizing it's what you needed. So that's how the Tower is when it's bad for me. And other times it's good right off the bat, it's just something that we wouldn't have expected that sort of knocks us flat because it seemingly came out of nowhere. But it doesn't have to be negative. And based on the card behind it, it's some sort of opportunity that's there for the taking. And we're finally, again, deciding that we're ready to get up and grab life and cups and opportunity, face on by the horns. So I'm going to pull 4 cards. Let me get the stands so you can see the cards clearly. All right. First card represents you most directly at this time, and it's the 5 of Cups. So it's another one of these cards that's like, I'm done wallowing in self-pity and disappointment and whatnot. I'm getting up and I'm going. This is a card that is surrounding energy, so close friends, family members, or even co-workers and things. The Fool in reverse. Work and finance, Page of Cups, still in reverse, is back. And lastly, love and relationship, the King of Swords in reverse. That's your energy as a Libra. Everything in frame, right? Yes, nice. Okay, let's go. Starting with the 5 of Cups in reverse. So this card really connects with some of the cards that we've seen already, like the 4 of Swords in reverse. I said that was about recovery and, getting your strength back and stuff like that. And this one means that you may have just been through like a difficult time, like those things I described, separation, betrayal, all that. But the good news is that your recovering is coming along well, according to the card. And sort of like what I said about the 3 of Pentacles, that you're already on the right path, so just keep along doing that. This one says the same. It says like, just keep moving. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in anything that's already over and done with. So don't start like revisiting the hurt and whatever and keeping it in your present. Let it be in the past. You keep going. Your recovery's going nicely. In terms of maybe spirituality, this can be about fresh starts, new beginnings very soon, or a feeling or sense, a spiritual sense of having been renewed. So that too aligns with some of the cards we've already seen as well. The aces, aces of swords and things that we saw, which also match your energy as a Libra. And you may be finding yourself wanting to like meet new people or get new information about different traditions again and faiths and philosophies, similar to what the Three of Pentacles said to us. Finances and work and stuff, things should be on the pickup, and you'll find that there's reward in doing your best work, putting your best foot forward. In terms of love and relationship, that may have been the thing that hurt you, but you're beginning to realize that you can have genuine, happy, meaningful relationships, like period. And you don't have to accept BS or crap or abuse, or bend over backwards to try to force something to work with the wrong mate. If you're not yet feeling that like you're there yet, you will soon. Again, you're in that process of recovery, and this is one of the areas where you're going to be recovered, and you're going to start to feel this way, just more deserving and worthy of something real and genuine, which we're all deserving of, genuine love in all of its forms. So moving on to the Fool in reverse. This card in general can be about new beginnings. So again, we've seen a bunch of that already. But sometimes having like a deeper spiritual meaning. And we've also seen some of that for you. Like there's going to be some desire to look into new practices or, new for you, ancient and other in the literal sense, practices and things and different forms of spirituality. And I just see you really getting into that. And there can be some, with it in reverse, however, there can be some sort of like resistance to this new beginning. It's weird. Like you're both being guided to do it, and at the same time there's like a pushback, maybe from something from your childhood, like some religious practice or some other ideology that you just maybe in your subconscious mind don't believe you should be watching tarot or like that kind of thing. So in this context, this card can sometimes be about a fresh start that's coming whether you want it to or not. But it's positive, so you should look at it that way. Also, there could be great things in the works for you at work, and you probably have some excellent ideas and things to put forth, and you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't hesitate putting them out there, and they should be well received at the, wherever it is you work. I was going to say at the office, but wherever you work. And like I said about a business or a business partnership, that's definitely possible too with this. You may just be longing to go off on your own, start your own thing. And if this isn't you, somebody close to you, or maybe somebody's wanting to do this with you, these things, because this is the surrounding energy. Also in love, the Fool in reverse can indicate a person that, they claim to want to mate, but maybe they don't really. Again, the subconscious mind, because their desire for freedom and independence sort of like gets in the way for this love that they're fighting. And air signs, this is natural for you as a Libra, I'm sure. I know it certainly is for me as a Gemini / Aquarius, Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon. I married a Gemini, and I've only dated prior to that Virgos. I guess it's the Mercury thing. Like I need freedom. If I cannot be with a mate that's going to respect that, we're not going to work. And maybe Libra has been more accommodating in the past. And they've tried to maybe not honor their need for freedom so much, as a means of maybe appeasing their partner, but it's not necessarily allowing you to do that right now. Your soul is not necessarily allowing you to do that. And or somebody close to you is having this struggle, and possibly a mate, a romantic partner, or a love interest or something. In terms of work, the Page of Cups in reverse says that people are appreciating your work, just like the Three of Pentacles that we started with. you're doing a good job, and you should be proud of yourself and keep going on your path. However, it's a little bit contrary in terms of finances specifically. You got to be careful about like emotional shopping and just making all kinds of purchases on a whim unnecessarily, and maybe big ticket items and stuff like that. Do some, if you're going to buy something big, maybe, do some research before buying. Don't just leap in at this time. And lastly, love and relationships with the King of Swords and your energy, or that of a Gemini or Aquarius perhaps that you're dealing with, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He is a very like strong, masculine, opinionated, forceful leader type, whether it's an actual male or not, but especially if it's a male and or masculine archetype, somebody that identifies as a masculine archetype. This is a very strong, like man's man kind of person. Could be stubborn to a fault, like just put ODing on it, and needing of some balance for himself. However, you have to accept him as he is. If this is somebody that you're dealing with, or if this is you, this is how you're coming across to other people, and very unable to be changed by other people. This man, this person needs to be accepted as he is, whether male or female. And the best way to sort of deal with him, if you're the person that's dealing with him, is to draw on your feminine, your inner feminine, or the feminine aspects of your nature, to sort of try to balance it out. His heavy masculine, you put your feminine with it and soften it up a bit. But don't, if this person is like I said, it could be stubborn to a fault, or just opinionated and coming across really hard to a fault. If that's the case, like, don't put up with being mistreated or abused in any way. This guy kind of like walks the line between just being manly and crossing boundaries that may not be appropriate. So you want to protect yourself from that. Or if this is you want to be mindful of these kind of behaviors that the King of Swords in reverse represents. Let's see what the advice says, if it lines up too. Last month, at the beginning of the month, y'all got so many repeat cards. It was like the guidance was so clear, like the universe was speaking directly to you. Do this, do that. So, talking about that very masculine energy, we're starting out with the Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor, with these other cards. Represents the planet Mars, planet of action, aggression, ruler of Aries and Scorpio. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. So this aligns with the King of Wands, rather. Swords too, but the King of Wands that we also saw. I said it's like a leadership, really strong masculine leader, father, authority type of energy. Also upright behind this is the King of Pentacles, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible. Like I said, you may start your own business, and or at least look into it. And money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. The next card is upside down. It is the Page of Cups yet again. So we just had a Page of Cups in reverse for you in your position of work and finance. And I said you're doing very well. People are pleased with your work, or pleased with your resume if you're looking for work. And then you could get something with this King of Pentacles showing up also. And then we have the Eight of Wands also appearing here. Things buzzing around behind you, the universe working behind the scenes on your behalf. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. So I think this is a really good time for you guys. Really positive energy. There's another tower here. It's here with death. Something may be coming to a full and complete end. Similar to how I said with the surrounding energy of the Fool in reverse, it's like a new beginning, whether you want it or not. It starts with an ending, maybe whether you want it or not, with the Tower and death showing up here together. Death, of course, represents the sign of Scorpio. All right, I'll throw these in here. The ones that we looked at Look, I threw it right on top of another King of Pentacles. See, this is what y'all do every time I read for you. All these duplicates. This King of Pentacles says that he is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. Isn't that nice? Here's another Five of Cups. So again, be mindful of that energy, that it's up to you to move out of it. It requires that conscious effort to move out of it, to know that you're not going to allow yourself to slide back. And that brings us to another Three of Pentacles now here on the top. Your most satisfying and profitable career or relationship really comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. All right. So now we'll mix these up a little more. Okay. Card just flipped over. It is the Ace of Cups. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. I really feel those last two as a potential for you. Spiritual gifts and insights, awakening, definitely, and also potentially the rebirth of a current relationship, like somebody returning to your life, but better this time. I guess I feel them all for you, because the first one was new beginning, and you've certainly seen evidence of that too. Okay, your new overall energy is very nice. This is a card of ultimate victory in the tarot. Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. And if you see my love reading this week, actually my moon reading too, I talked very much about the number 7 and what it meant for this period. So you might want to check that out. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. The Chariot most directly represents the sign of Cancer. It is about movement and moving, both literal and metaphoric. Also travel and progress, and again, victory. The next card is in reverse. It is the Four of Swords, which you also got earlier in the reading from the Rider-Waite deck. All right, so advice. Here we go. One from each deck. Masculine, those who identify as a masculine. Okay, here is where that pain and hurt was. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. This could also be, if it's not the past situation, again, it's that ending that's happening, but think Lord Shiva the Destroyer, you want it to come to an end. It's going to be so much better afterward. The new beginning is going to be so much better than the death, than the ending. Feminine. Very nice. Two of Cups. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. So again, maybe somebody comes back. There is legitimate forgiveness, like genuine apologies and genuine acceptance of those apologies, and then you're able to move on. For other people, this if it's not somebody returning, this is a deepening of a relationship. If it's not romantic love, it could be family or close friends as well, or again, even a business partnership coming back together. And see, masculine, you got both of these in your energy, in your element of winter or air or swords. This one being the Six of Swords. The challenging times are coming to an end. How many reconfirmations of that have we seen? And you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past and embrace the happier times ahead. This too can also be a card of potential travel, movement, literal and metaphoric. But it's always positive and forward, never backward, the movement. And lastly, for the feminine, the Nine of Pentacles. Your success has brought you financial success. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off. Yeah, I like this. Much deserved. Remember that your deservingness, your worthiness. And this much deserved time off is to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or self-employment opportunity. Yes, which we also saw earlier in the reading. And that will be very successful if you do. Also, this card is positive for singles. Again, it's about spending time with yourself, getting to know, love yourself more. Just deepening the relationship with you. And for couples, it's also a very positive card, similar to what I said about the Three of Pentacles and this person, having similar feelings for you and you being their type, that they could see themselves going the long haul with. This is about mutual respect, adoration, and love when it's referring to couples and partnership in the tarot. Hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. I'll be back in another 2 weeks. Namaste.